Megan was a great villain. Let me tell you now.
Do you consider her the villain of that show?
Yeah, but like still the best antagonist
for Drake and Josh.
Yeah, I love.
I just
Megan.
wanted to say so the viewers know.
I love Megan.
Drake low-key was a villain.
Drake was an asshole.
He got all the bitches though.
Cool. He was just lazy.
Is he getting the bitches now?
Swag. He was cool. He was just chilling.
Megan was great.
Everybody was making his life difficult. That's how I felt about Drake. In that
Drake,
show.
right?
Everybody just wanted to make his life difficult. He just wanted to.
No, I feel like he made his own life difficult. I feel like he tried to make Josh's life difficult.
He just wanted to chill with girls and like play his guitar, man. It's just life was simple.
Was on the guitar.
Life was simple for
was.
Drake.
And Candy. Don't forget Candy. That nigga loved Candy.
They had a cool bedroom.
You don't remember the episode when he had to stop eating candy and then got rashes on his face?
Ew.
Definitely relatable, my G.
I forgot all about that.
Oh man.
Thank you for reminding
me. Hey guys, this is Do Not Disturb. We're back with another episode.
No, we're not. Why are you lying?
I mean, you can leave if you don't think we're here for that. Like, I ain't travel. Did not have an episode. Anyway,
you good. I'll stay.
We're in the well, above us is the former Clout House. That's a playback to a couple episodes ago.
Shout out to the Clout House.
Yeah, shout out to the Clout. R.I.P. to the Clout House. 2018 to 2018.
Stop it. Be nice.
Shout out to people
shout out to
the Clout. Jose, fuck you. But
wow.
Yeah, shout out to Jose though.
Yeah, please. Because if you see our picture for all of our episodes and on our banner on Twitter, Jose did the shot for that. So
behind that one.
Yeah, shout out to El Caminante.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I want to start out first by do people realize that?
First of all, how was y'all week, man?
I wanted to start,
since the last time we met.
He was gonna ask a real intense question.
Because it's probably like conversation worthy about like podcast stuff. But like I'd like to be asked how my day was.
Okay, fine. How
since the last time we linked and everything.
How yeah?
My week has been alright. It could always be better. You could always be richer. You could always be happier.
Right.
But regardless, my week has been fine.
Mate.
My week has been fine. How about you guys?
Nah, I've had a terrible week. Actually, I've been like, super sick.
But y'all wanted to get on me for trying to be virtuous. But
well, you want me to lie?
Yeah,
you want me to lie?
Yes.
I
You needed you.
No, niggas have been having terrible weeks for sure.
I've been sick. Sick as hell.
Jesus.
I had a sinus cold for like 5 days.
I'm sitting next to you, so are you good?
No, I'm good now.
Okay.
But like 5 days ago,
you did the ginger tea I told you?
I was dead. You told me the ginger tea after I had already felt better. And I was like, damn, I wish that I remembered the
I wish I had a friend.
No, because he reminded me. He was like, yeah, I did tell you about the ginger tea thing. He came to my house with fresh ginger and asked me for tea so he could show me how to do it because he was sick that day. So I felt like shit when he reminded me about it and I completely forgot. And at the time I was doing my research, my vegan research for it. And and they were saying
how was your day?
They were saying that the ginger's good for building the immune system. You were right.
Yes, it is. I know.
I was saying I was coincidental. It came up in my research and it made me feel bad. I'm fucking sorry. Jesus Christ.
Boricua man, get out of here. My week was okay. I've been unemployed for about 3 weeks.
Jesus,
sounds fun.
No, it's not. I've been pretty bored.
It sounds like a whole lot.
But I had 2 job interviews today. So
congrats.
That was good. I got a call back, so I'm gonna go down to one of the spots.
You're gonna
tomorrow.
Do McDonald's or Taco Bell?
That's rude. That's so rude.
Chick-fil-A so we can get the. You know what I mean?
You feel me? It's definitely
money's money.
Wendy's. Fuck it, I need to talk about.
You're right.
But yeah, just trying to keep spirits up. You feel me? And keep hope alive.
And Chin, how was your week?
Shit was slick. You feel me? I was just just making beats, trying to stay productive, going to work and just, staying out of trouble. That's basically
Spoken
what it was.
like a true hood prophet.
I feel you. I'm glad you had a productive week.
I appreciate that.
Staying out of trouble, making moves, getting his bread, everything.
But before we get into the topics, I want to ask how everybody feels about this whole Tumblr thing that's going on.
What Tumblr thing?
So Tumblr is taking porn off of their website.
People still go on Tumblr, like in real life?
Yes, I do.
I feel like there's
for nudity. Yes,
I feel like there's too much free porn.
For nudity? Huh?
I feel like there's too much free porn
That's the only
for
reason
Tumblr.
why I have it. What? Sorry.
Isn't there too much free porn
for Tumblr?
Like for Tumblr to like be a thing.
You know what? I just feel like Tumblr's probably gotten this mainstream where there's so much in the public eye or so talked about that they can't risk having that kind of content on their website anymore. Because back in the day, it was just for people to have their individual blog that they wanted to post whatever. And people were always posting stuff, and they didn't really limit your content. Mm-hmm. I think it just means that they're too big for themselves now.
But what about Twitter?
That's where the shit.
Twitter,
yeah, that's where the real porn be at.
Twitter might be next.
Twitter might be next.
I used to be on Tumblr in high school and shit.
Twitter might be next.
Bro, Tumblr be having like.
All right, relax, banana. Let's not speak this into existence.
But Tumblr has
booty shakers that we need.
Honestly, if you don't have a Twitter for, like, say you want to watch porn, I'm not really going to Twitter. I'm gonna use Tumblr.
Why not use like Pornhub.com?
Yeah, I'm going to the hub.
Because
going to the bank.
No. Because
go to the bank.
Want to hit up Spank Bank.
Spank Bank is really
Google definitely throw some suggestions at you.
No, for sure.
If you ask politely,
top free porn site USA.
But if I'm on my phone,
give you a bunch of
if I'm on my phone, I'm looking at apps. I'm using Tumblr.
I mean, Pornhub has an app.
Open up Safari.
Yeah, but I gotta pay for it.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
They have like a paid version of it.
I forgot.
There's a paid version.
There's a premium version for that. You can pay and have access to a whole bunch of shit.
Premium.
It's not like the premium Snapchat.
Shout out to the last episode.
Two episodes
ago. Sorry.
Wait, so like what is on the premium hub?
What is premium hub?
Do you get to like speak to the porn stars?
I'm pretty sure you
live
get to
chat.
I mean, I would love to explain it to you, but I don't pay for it, so I don't have that much information.
I'm gonna assume you get to
I just know that there is a version of it.
You get to like speak to the porn stars, and you can like get like unreleased.
I doubt
clips.
it. I feel like
advice.
because there are major
get tips. And
there's
stuff?
major production companies that will post like entire movies to Pornhub, and I guess having that premium membership will allow you to stream that company's content.
That's true.
Like instead of having to like go, like it's a centralized place for everybody's content.
Because a lot of the stuff on Pornhub be like 5-minute, 6-minute clips of like, you know what I'm saying,
30-minute.
It's also like user uploads. Like as a user, you can upload a video and have the community.
Shout out to Spank Bank.
Spank Bank is definitely
the wave,
definitely the vibe.
I've never heard of that one, but thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. But now I guess I'm the only one that feels sad that Tumblr is losing.
100%.
Yeah, because there's way too many outlets to like be worried
but that
about
doesn't mean
Tumblr.
that I want my like one of the outlets that I love. Like I don't know. I guess it's just me.
I feel like that's like saying if they got rid of like Spotify, like you still have Apple, you still have YouTube, you still have like all these means of getting music. Like you're not gonna really miss.
This makes an opportunity for somebody else that has the means of making a website that big create another digital space.
You're going too fast. I was gonna actually say that next. That
don't get mad at me.
How you gonna stop somebody from
actually no stop while you're ahead because you're gonna say my idea. And I want credit for this idea.
No, but someone actually like posted something up on Twitter. On Tumblr, stating that everything porn related on Tumblr is going to move to another app, and that will be the app for all the porn people.
So Tumblr is putting this out.
No, not Tumblr, but someone on Tumblr, I guess,
is going out of their way.
Yeah, developing an app for
that.
I'm gonna come clean, G. If niggas is really going on Tumblr just to like get their rocks off for that, like that's the first and only place you go for that. It's some problems that need to be taken.
I think people just enjoy the fact that it pops up on their feed. Like I don't think they're really like.
How many times you check Tumblr a day, and how many hours in that day?
I could go days without checking Tumblr.
That's my point.
I'm not saying that.
Like that's what my thing is.
It's more of a convenience. That's all I'm saying. Like say I.
The internet is the most convenient thing in the world.
Bro, if you don't use it often, it's not that convenient.
Yeah, it is because it's there when I need it.
But the thing
even if I don't use it a lot,
why would you need it if it's mad porn anywhere else you can go?
Because maybe
the shit there is more John Blaze and
bro. I have certain like everybody has that certain favorites that they like to go back to.
Yeah, I do.
All right,
but they all on the Spank Bank. Like,
but I can't. What if I can't find it on Spank Bank?
But
I'm gonna find it on Tumblr.
But I feel like Tumblr is kind of like counterproductive because I feel like unless like you have to stream like multiple Tumblr blogs, I would feel, rather than like if everything is centralized on Pornhub or everything is centralized on Spank Bank. Like you don't have to like travel to different like pages, so to speak, to find whatever you need. And it's like, I don't understand like the convenience of porn for like Tumblr for porn, because like the internet is the most like universal thing, and you need the internet to power Tumblr. So it's like, why would you even go to Tumblr if the internet's right there?
Because I don't know, I guess
the internet is literally right there.
I don't have like a real argument. I just don't want to.
I just don't want to see it go. I just don't want to see the titties start popping up on my face.
No, because one minute I'm looking at fucking One Piece and hip hop shit. The next minute I'm looking at some bitch sucking dick.
That sounds like Twitter. That
sounds like Twitter. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's just another one, and I don't want to see it go. But it's leaving December 17th.
I'm gonna be really. December 17th will come, and I will open the Twitter app, and I will see the same shit. And then December 18th will come, and I'm not gonna be like, "Where's
maybe
Tumblr?"
That means Twitter might get more usage,
which I don't really want.
People are gonna be like, "I'm just gonna use Twitter now,"
which I don't really want, because like I was speaking to a friend about this, and like I wasn't the Tumblr user; she was the Tumblr user, and she was telling me that like the quote-unquote black community on Tumblr was like way like intense, and I feel like quote-unquote black Twitter is already too intense, and like for that demographic to come into the Twitter demographic is like, I'm not trying to like, people are already like, they get easily offended.
Tumblr is like Black Panthers.
Okay.
Like they're very
they hold shotguns.
They're gung ho about like
when it
like
comes to
melanin
like
madness is
on
melanin madness.
When it comes to like, you know, political things that happen every day or whatever, like Twitter obviously will have, oh yeah, you know, such and such happened.
Yeah, gung ho opinions.
Yeah. But on Tumblr it's like a whole different type of thing.
People are wishing death on your firstborn.
Yeah. And the thing on Tumblr is that, like, you know, Twitter, you can only have how many, 200 or 240 characters?
Novels.
On Tumblr, you can
go
novels.
Bro, because I haven't used Tumblr since like maybe 2011, 2012-ish. Like,
I post all these episodes on Tumblr.
Like, imagine for Twitter, as a new Twitter user, you wouldn't know. Like, you only get 280 characters, so they have things called threads. So if you have more than 280 characters, you just do tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet, but all of them are linked.
You can read it.
So you can read it like that. But just imagine all of that,
just in
boom,
one
big post that you could just.
So you already see, right? So you already see how like the tweets look on Twitter. Like, even if I post like 15 tweets on the same thread, you only really see one, or like maybe two, and like the first one and the last one. But then you click on the first one and you
can
see
read
all
everything
of them.
in between.
But imagine like a 1,500 word essay and you just see a block of words. Like, that shit is ridiculous.
That shit
and people do that on the regular?
On the reg.
On Tumblr?
Yes, on the regular.
Damn.
Yeah.
People already have short attention spans. Like, they're like, no.
But are people really blogging like that? Or has Tumblr just become an alternative Twitter? Is it all the same functionality? Because I feel like Facebook, you could do the same crap. Nobody uses Facebook the way we use Twitter, because I've been trying. I've been using Twitter. Like, I've been scrolling through it. I've been getting lost in Twitter recently. You know, like, I've been trying to figure out like people I want to follow, people that I know might say funny things, the celebrities that might be interesting to follow and shit. And it just seems like people are putting blurbs, excerpts, whatever's on their mind. They're posting it up, and that's it. And people are having conversations. And nobody does that on Facebook. Nobody goes to Facebook to type a status, right? Because it's the same thing. Yeah. And it just is.
They don't do status on Facebook?
People don't do it like the way it is on Twitter. Like, people have full-on conversations on Twitter. Yeah. And on Facebook, somebody can be like, oh, I'm hungry. Who's going to come by my job and bring me lunch today? And nobody will nobody will comment, nobody will say nothing. It'll be quiet as hell. But on Twitter, somebody will say that and people will retweet it. Like, yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm hungry too. Who gonna come bring me some food?
Fuck you, get your own food, bitch. Like,
thank you. You knew I was referring to females. Who gonna bring me some food?
Like, nah, you good.
I'm glad niggas are warmed up. So we got like
play.
Jehovah.
We have a lot of things to discuss today. So what's the first on the addendum?
Okay, so you know what I'm saying? First up on the docket, you feel me? Hotter than Hot Pockets. You feel me? Pop, lock, and drop it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas know. Y'all niggas know the repertoire. You feel me? Saying, but yeah,
I don't have my soundboard today.
Yeah, me and the homies earlier this week we were talking about like rap Mount Rushmores. So like if people don't know what the Mount Rushmore is, you feel me? Do your Googles.
Did you pass?
Word.
Do your Googles. First
pass social studies in 5th grade.
This content might be a little too mature for y'all.
So explain the concept of a rap Mount Rushmore.
Okay, facts. So like basically like the Mount Rushmore has 4. It's like a big statue that's like a mountain shaped, like, you know what I'm saying, like created by man, and it's like 4 faces of like the 4 most not important, but
to the artist,
like to the artist, and of the era, you feel me, like of the era up to which it was like built, it's the 4 most like pivotal presidents from the beginning of the country to that point. I don't remember the exact year. But basically, like on some rap shit, it's like for us, we gotta like kind of break it down to where it's like, okay, whose influence was the biggest in terms of like style, the sound of music, rap, like lyrics, and just like the culture in terms of like fashion, all of that shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Who also like the music? How was the music? How good was the music? Like, was the raps good? Was the music good? How good your albums were? And just like your overall impact and influence and shit in the game. So
I feel like just thinking of like who would be put on, I would go ahead and say like the majority of people's Mount Rushmores for rap, I feel like they would be centralized to only like a couple coasts. So like, should we do one from, because there's like 4 major coasts, I would say, in the United States, like East Coast, West Coast, South, and then Midwest.
Right.
So do you want to do like one from each coast to try to make it seem a little cool, or like literally like what is your...
I thought we were all coming with our own individual,
yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying. Like, or should it just be like, if you have by chance like 3 from the
like
West Coast and 1 from the East
part, then
no,
I think that'd be dope for your perspective.
Not necessarily, but I thought that would just be like a cool concept, because I feel like
we could do both.
In real life, I feel like that should be the concept. Like if somebody was gonna do a big Mount Rushmore type statue of like the 4 most pivotal, you know, artists in hip hop all together, like that would be the best idea to represent every sound that hip hop has brought to the table since it started. That would be an amazing idea.
To be honest, we could do both. But to be honest, my Mount Rushmore is a lot like that. So it's like
it's from from each coast.
Basically, yeah.
How about we do this? Why don't we dissect everybody's individual Mount Rushmore,
right?
And then at the end, we'll try to put together a definitive Mount Rushmore that follows that concept. We'll take whoever was the most influential from the East, the South, the West, and the Midwest, and kind of put together this really nice picture. I think we could come up with 4.
For sure.
4 icons so like that.
I'll go first.
Go for it.
So like my Mount Rushmore, first I got Jay-Z. No, that's no contest. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z is Jay-Z.
And I'll be writing this down so we can like.
The second I got is Tupac. Obviously, like Tupac, arguably the.
Pac.
Exactly, like arguably the most famous rappers, you know, ever, and most influential. My third on the Mount Rushmore, I'm gonna put Kanye in there.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Kanye in there.
I thought we pledged to never say his name on this podcast.
You can blurb it out.
It's getting bleeped out for sure.
Yeah, you can bleep it out, but you know, the Louis Vuitton Don guy, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely there. Just on like the strength of just like his influence and just his impact, classic albums,
that's fair.
Know, the whole 9,
super
all that.
Fair. Yeah.
And the 4th is always tricky. For me, like the last one is
like
always
tricky.
Somebody mentioned Daddy. I was like, I don't know how I feel about typing that down.
I would say like Scarface probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
Interesting.
Explain.
Scarface, because although in my opinion he's not
Scarface from the South.
He's from Houston.
Okay.
In my opinion, he's not like the best rapper from the South.
Okay.
In my opinion,
who do you give that to? Who do you think is the best rapper in the South?
Andre 3000 is the best
3
rapper
Stacks,
from the
okay.
South. And even 3 Stacks I wouldn't put in my Mount Rushmore in terms of like,
interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt like a lot of people would.
Hold on.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Hold on. Continue.
Like, but to me, like niggas gotta understand, like hip hop in the 80s, like a lot of the doors that were broken down for like Southern rappers to like really be on, it started with like the Ghetto Boys and Scarface, and like Scarface is like a better rapper than majority of rappers, period. And like on some like he got better as he aged also too. You feel me? But yeah, like even to me, honestly, like before I would put 3000 in the Mount Rushmore, I put Wayne in the Mount Rushmore before 3000.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's just me.
That's
so
also fair.
I got
That's
Jigga,
also fair. Yeah.
Pac,
like
Kanye,
and
Scarface.
Right, Matt, go ahead.
I thought she brought out the cigarellos. I said, what's going on?
What kind of troll do you think I am?
Hey, listen,
God.
Pocky is amazing. I don't think I can eat Pocky anymore, but they're pretty amazing.
Yeah, I can, but go ahead, Matt.
Okay, so Mount Rushmore rap. Of course, first is Jigga, Jay-Z, Hova, the God MC. Next, I'm gonna put Wayne, which is weird because I'm not a Wayne fan, but I cannot, like, it's certain people that you can't deny. And unfortunately, I cannot.
Unfortunately,
that's his opinion.
But
man.
why is it unfortunate? It's not
because
doing you anything to say his name.
Because I'm not a fan of his. That's why I'm saying unfortunately. I'm saying unfortunately for me.
Wait, do you dislike him, or are you just not a fan?
I'm just not. I'm a casual. I can even say less than casual fan of. If Wayne has a hot song, I'm gonna listen to it. If other than that, I'm not really checking for Wayne like that.
So you don't dive into his albums or any.
I have listened to them, but it's like I'm not gonna go
listen
back.
To the last one?
Yes, I did.
You listened to Carter 5.
It was fairly good. Okay. I enjoyed a lot of the tracks on there. But yeah, Wayne is gonna be in it just off of influence. Because a lot of the shit that niggas is listening to now, he did it before.
Okay.
Next, I'm gonna.
You're on number 3, right?
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
So I said Jigga.
Wayne.
I said Wayne. Next is gonna be. Damn, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Oh, 50 Cent. I'll put 50 Cent in my list on my Mount Rushmore only because he perfected the beef.
I wanted to put 50 on my list. I didn't, so I'm glad you did.
And his mixtape run was like he basically was like the pioneer of mixtapes. So it's like a lot of the shit that we grew up on, it's literally because of 50 Cent that we have that stuff.
I agree.
Yeah, like
I believe that 50 genuinely changed hip hop in his era.
Yeah.
He single-handedly changed hip hop.
I'm not disagreeing.
And then the last one I might have to put 3 Stacks.
Why?
Just off of like
pure lyricism.
No, but a lot of the people that we like nowadays as well, kind of stem from 3 Stacks, whether it be Kendrick, or Kanye West, Kid Cudi, which definitely. Like, and then when you do the family tree, it's like if you put Andre at the top, you could put Kanye there. You can put under Kanye, you can put Kid Cudi. Under Kid Cudi, you can put Travis Scott. So it's just, and then from Travis Scott, it's just like it's crazy. So yeah, Andre might have to go up there. So that's my 4. So I said Jigga, Wayne. Who was the third one? 50, and then Andre.
Okay.
Go ahead, John.
I respect that list.
We were having like a conversation, not to like cut you off,
you're good.
But like we were having a conversation, like me and the homies. It was just like, yo, like, can you really attribute who the person who, like how you said Andre 3000?
I know we had this conversation this other
Andre 3000 influenced Cudi. I mean, not Cudi, Kanye. Who like under Kanye has like Cudi, Travis Scott, and mad other niggas. Like, can you attribute that to 3000? Me, I don't think you can.
Why not?
Because it's not like a direct lineage. You feel me? Like,
but it's not a direct lineage. But
you say that
he was one of the inspirations?
Can you say that Kendrick Lamar was influenced by Big Daddy Kane because Big Daddy Kane influenced Jay-Z?
But I think,
or Kool G Rap because Kool G Rap influenced Nas, and then J. Cole's influenced by Kool G Rap, or Rock. Like, it's not like, I don't think you can do, like, to me that's like kind of like not lazy, but it's just like inaccurate. You feel me? It's loose. You feel me? Most of niggas like Chance, most of niggas like Young Thug, like those got like whoever Cudi, those Chance, Cudi, whomever, like Travis, they're more associated sonically with Kanye and what Kanye has done than they are with like 3000.
That's fine, but if there was no 3000, there's no Kanye.
That's not true.
You don't think so?
No. Kanye is more his musical influence is more like Pharrell's, if anything, than Andre 3000. More like Lauryn Hill. The only thing that I'll really give 3000 influencing like Kanye is The Love Below. But that's one project.
That was like his biggest.
Who?
3 Stacks. That's his biggest project.
What does that mean?
He won a Grammy off of it.
Just because it's the biggest project doesn't mean it's like biggest influence on like
The Love Below definitely was a big influence on how we see rap today, for sure. You cannot say that.
I didn't say that it's not, but other things happened before The Love Below that was like Love Below, like Lauryn Hill's first album. Yes or no? Okay. So, what are we saying here? Just because like he was influenced by Lauryn Hill too. You know what I mean?
I don't think he was. Can you be influenced by someone that you came out around the same time as?
What do you mean? When did Love Below drop?
I'm talking about Andre 3000.
Like
I'm not talking about Love Below.
When did Kanye drop?
Like 04?
Yeah, but let's not act as if Andre 3000 didn't have albums way before that.
One album was like Love Below.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
we're talking about Love Below being the influence though.
Okay, but I'm talking about Andre 3000. I'm saying, can you be influenced like Andre 3000 and Lauryn Hill? They came out around the same time in the late 90s, right? Mid to late 90s. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, but they didn't come out in the late 90s.
I said mid-late 90s. Okay. Like around 1994, 95, like around there. Okay. So if they came out around the same time, how can Lauryn Hill influence
the other? Yeah.
What was Andre 3000's music sounding like in 94?
It sounded nothing like Love Below. Fine.
That's my point. Okay. Lauryn Hill was doing all of the singy-songy melodic rapping shit in 94, 95, and 96. Like up until like her album, all of it, it's documented. Like she's been doing it since then. Even Bone Thugs and Harmony's been doing shit like that too. So it's like, I don't know, but that's your list. Like I feel you, but
yeah,
it's just like,
I mean, like because a lot of people hold Andre 3000 in high regard because of his style and because of his uniqueness. Yeah. So he brought a completely unique style of rap to hip hop altogether. Right. So I think he does deserve a ton of credit. I never really put Andre 3000 in any of my lists. Like when people ask me to make a list, and I always feel like I'm doing him injustice by not putting him on a list. But it's just he wasn't such an influence for me specifically in music. Right. So although I appreciate his artistry, which is why like I can say Mackey's list is okay because it makes a lot of sense. It makes a ton of sense. Word. I just feel like sometimes people kind of groove the same, and we associate that with being influenced by someone else. Right. Like, you can always groove the same. Like we get a lot of that from like soul music. You know, we get a lot of it from like, you know, old school rhythm and blues. We get a lot of it from old school jazz artists and stuff like that. So the swag or the style, whatever it might be, I feel like it comes from way before some of these like artists have even like got onto the scene before music. So I feel like we can give every artist their individual credit for what they do.
So what's your list?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Drake, and Drake.
Drake is all 4 faces. It has to be. It has to be like
his Mount Rushmore is me.
We're gonna start at Wheelchair Jimmy. That's the first Drake.
That's hard though. He said my Mount Rushmore is me with 4 different expressions. That's hard.
Yeah, man. So that's my list. We can go to Brist. No. Yeah. So I mean, I had a really hard time making this list today. I'm not even gonna front. I had a really, really, really hard time making this list.
Give it up. What's up?
I had to make 2 lists. Okay. But I'll explain to you why there's 2. There's an old school and there's a new school. Because
we could do that. Because technically none of these are really new school.
I don't think that's like.
This was just how I felt. Yeah, this was solely how I felt when I was thinking about it because
it's so hard to, like,
this topic had me thinking about it all damn day. So I had to.
Oh man, I already saw your
list.
Can you?
No, stop.
And I'm gonna be mad.
He's gonna be mad. I made a very unorthodox list.
I need to walk out.
I made a very unorthodox list, Chin. I'm just being honest right now. You shouldn't even be all up in my notes.
Bro,
Maggie, stop being in my notes.
There's nothing your list isn't wrong.
All right.
Yes, it is.
I chose rap artists, old school and new school, that in my personal opinion were the biggest influencers for hip hop for me.
Fair.
Only for me.
Fair. Go ahead.
For my old school list, I have Eminem.
Okay. That's old school?
That's old school for me.
Okay.
Old school. Eminem is old school because Eminem's been rapping since the 90s. Okay. So he's old school. Okay. Even though he's still rapping. Jay's still rapping, but I consider Jay old school.
When you said old school, I'm thinking like you talking about this like Grandmaster Caz.
No, I'm talking about like a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys are 90s, early 2000s. Oh, okay. Like super early 2000s. Okay. And then my new school is going to be obviously new school. Word. So my old school is Eminem, Big Pun, Nas. Okay. And I'm giving that fourth spot to my man Joe Budden. Alright. I'm giving the fourth spot to Joe Budden. I obviously wanted to put 50 Cent on my list. I said that. I said I wanted to put 50 on my list, but I'm glad that he was on. Yo, do you hear this nigga? You stop. Hey, listen.
You're fucking. Your shit is trash.
Listen, and that's fine. That's fine.
What's your list again?
Honestly, I was with him until the last.
It's okay. That's why I said that a lot of people could disagree with me.
What's your list again?
Eminem is a good shout, though. Eminem is a good shout.
So look, I'll explain the Joe Budden shit. All right,
please.
I have been listening.
That's no shade to Joe.
I have been listening to Joe Budden for years.
We get it. You're from Jersey City.
Yes, from Jersey City. You know, mixtape game, listening to Joe Budden when he was doing the A-Team shit before Slaughterhouse was even a thing. Listen to him through the whole Slaughterhouse ordeal. I've always felt like the whole Mood Music trail that he did, the Love Lost series that he has, he's done for like people that deal with like any type of mental health issues. Mm-hmm. He's done for that demographic what I don't think other artists have been able to do, because of his lyricism and because of the stories that he tells. So in my personal opinion, I spent hours and hours and hours driving to all of my favorite Joe Budden mixtapes and albums because of his storytelling. And because I felt like I related to a ton of the things that he was going through on like a depressed level or on a mental health level or whatever it was. So I felt like his influence was strong there. He's obviously still semi-relevant in the music industry now as a broadcaster instead of a rapper, but
which you know, thank God for.
Which is cool. That you don't have to.
No, I think God like his music.
I just feel like
are those your four favorite rappers?
No, okay. I can't pick because everybody's always asked. I just love rap, so I just can't pick that many. You know, my list would be huge.
You off your soapbox yet?
For new school, it's okay. He does this to me every time. We've had this argument.
You act like your list wasn't trash too, nigga.
My list was not trash.
All right.
Anyway, cool, continue.
And my new school list was Drake, Cole, Kendrick, and Wale.
Okay. Why Wale?
I actually believe Wale is one of the illest lyricists we have in this generation.
I can't deny that, but.
I feel like because I've been listening
Facts.
I've been listening to Wale for a very, very long time also since I was in high school. And Wale has always proven to me that he's versatile. He can make poetic sounding shit. He can make hard ass shit with the whole MMG movement that he was doing with them. Like he could do anything and it sounds dope. He's lyrical. I feel like his influence is necessary. I love the sneakerhead shit.
Who do you think he's influenced?
Who do I think he's influenced? I don't know, but I appreciate his presence in hip hop.
Bro, the whole District of Columbia, anything in the DMV, any rapper coming out of there.
How many?
It don't matter. You said who?
I said new school.
It don't matter. It's like
I understand. Yes, it does matter.
From Gold Link, who every time he drops, he has a critically acclaimed album that year. To Brent Faiyaz, he has dropped 2 albums, my good sir. Every time he drops, he has a critically acclaimed album. Okay. Last year, he had arguably the song of the year.
Facts. What should have won that Grammy?
Okay, fine.
You know what I'm saying? Brent Faiyaz. He's not a rapper.
We're talking hip hop.
You can.
We can influence.
We're talking influence. You said
you can influence somebody outside of your genre.
So he influenced Golink, or it's just because he's from the DMV and
if you listen to how he raps, you like he influenced.
He obviously had to have influenced people from that area.
So, and he's just opening the doors for people. That's influence in its own, like.
Because he puts on for that area big time. He's never shy.
Young Hefe, like, you know what I'm saying? Shy Glizzy.
Like, none of that.
Like, it's influence.
I felt like if we're gonna talk about like if we're gonna
fucking guy, what the fuck?
If we're gonna talk about high caliber, high quality, high performance artists in hip hop today, I'm putting Wale in the same category as Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. That's just my opinion.
I just want to let you guys know I do not disagree, but I'm asking why because I want to know why you guys feel this way. I'm not saying that I disagree.
No, I'm giving you the facts.
All right, but
I just feel like you
sound
don't.
What's that?
You sound disappointed. I know you're disappointed with the Joe Budden thing.
Yes,
that's fine.
I am.
And that's fine.
for real.
I gotta give my nigga Joe Budden shout outs.
We've been talking for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to influence like 5 billion people.
On my soapbox. I'm preaching. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Briss, what's your you know what I mean?
Alright, my list, number 1 is the best rapper alive. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Stop trying to tell me that somebody else...
Damn.
No, because stop trying to tell me that somebody else is the best rapper if I feel like somebody's the best rapper. Like, how you going to persuade me? Anyway, so, that's Jay-Z, by the way.
Jay-Z. baby.
And seeing him in concert is like one of the best things ever. I suggest if you guys can do that, go do that.
I want to see him in concert now.
It's a great time.
Not now.
I saw him maybe like what? I saw him when... Magna Carta came out and that shit was fire.
That was 2012.
I went to the
yeah, not now though.
I went to the 2020 Experience tour, so it wasn't. So it wasn't that bad.
Who else?
My second one is Pac because he's also one of my favorite rappers, and I just feel like that generation in itself, like the West Coast, like he was the West Coast, including another person that's on my list as well. The third person I have is Wayne because the Wayne era was just an era.
That's a very good show.
It was a very good era, and like I just feel like with influence, with people who are big today, like we wouldn't have some of those people if it wasn't for him. His rapping was amazing. Absolutely. It was like the Carter 3 was a very big time in my life. Like 2008, I believe that was when I was in 8th grade. Like I had no business listening to some of those songs, but whatever I did, and that shit was fire. And the last person I have is Dr. Dre. I feel like not just as a rapper, but just as a producer, as just a namesake, like, for that coast. Like, the sound you got from Dr. Dre, the crew you got from Dr. Dre. Because, like, one of my favorite albums has a lot of Dr. Dre on it, and it's not even Dr. Dre's album, but, like, you... And also, like, you wouldn't have some of Dr. Dre...
Doggy Style.
Doggy Style. Okay. And you wouldn't have... Your person, Eminem, without part of Dr. Dre. So it's like you influence people. Your person either. 50 Cent. You wouldn't have him without Dr. Dre. So it's like all of these people from other coasts. Like he can span the country, and his sound was amazing. And just like himself as just like a business as well, like including Jay-Z, but himself as a business was cool too.
I don't know why I was drawing a blank. I should have definitely
said Puff.
I should definitely said Dr. Dre.
But that was my 4. Jay-Z, Pac, Wayne, and Dr. Dre.
Dre popped into my head at some point.
He actually did pop into my head too, but I was keeping it like rappers that rap, like rapping.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it in that same hip-hop category also.
Because if it was like a hip-hop...
You said hip-hop though.
I said rap. Rap Mount Rushmore. If it was hip-hop, Kool Herc is in the top 4. He's one of the faces off top if we're doing hip-hop.
If we're doing rap, I mean...
I'm still keeping mine regardless.
I'm gonna say this. Then I don't think Kanye West should be up there. Yeah. Just off the strength that he didn't write his own raps.
You don't know what he did or didn't write.
I know he didn't write one of his biggest songs ever, Jesus Walks.
That's not one of his, like, son. Niggas need to stop this shit, bro. Like, you don't. First of all,
Jesus Walks not one of his biggest songs.
Stop.
It is.
It's not even. It's not even top 3. It's not even the top 2 biggest on the album. Stop. So, niggas need to just stop speaking on things they don't know. That's all I'm gonna get.
I forgot you a Kanye fan. My bad.
I am a fan. Like, whatever. But niggas need to just not speak on things that they don't know. Like,
so
outside of this conversation,
one of his biggest songs.
Is it the top 2 biggest song on the album? On the next album, would it be top 3? On the next album, would it be top 3?
I'm not saying if it was like. I'm not saying.
Was it a single?
Yes, it was.
It was a single.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is it not one of the biggest songs
video and everything
that he has ever had? That song after Through the Wire. That was like the song that
that blew up.
Blew up and blew him up. I'm not even talking about like what it did.
I'm not even gonna hold you.
What it did number wise.
Like when I got introduced to Kanye West outside of Through the Wire, it was through Jesus Walks.
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna hold you.
MTV played the music video.
That shit had like 2 or 3 music videos.
VH1 played the music video.
Niggas gonna act like slow jams didn't exist and All Falls Down still doesn't get played on the radio.
We're not saying that those aren't big, but we're not gonna sit here and say that Jesus Walks isn't.
I didn't say it wasn't big. I said that there are songs on the album that are bigger than that.
And
on the next album that are bigger.
But
he's trying to tell me, it's one of his biggest in the hit. Like
what we're saying is that it's big. Like
Jesus Walks. I would say if any casual Kanye fan, like people that aren't like so well versed in his music, would say Jesus Walks was a big song for him.
Slow jams, Through the Wire.
We know that.
Touch the Sky.
We know that.
Gold Digger. I'm talking about casual fans too, bro.
But like, it's their effect on music as a whole. Like hip hop has a
stronger.
You think white people?
Good life.
Okay, do you think that white people? Let's talk about white people because white people are very big consumers when it comes to music as well. Do you think that white people would know slow jams before they would know Jesus Walks?
Yeah, I do.
What?
I do.
No.
I do. No. It was the #1 song in the country.
So was Jesus Walks.
No, it fucking wasn't. Like what? No, it wasn't.
Why was Slow Jams the biggest song in the country?
It was the #1 record in the country.
Look that up, bro. Let's see.
Because like even just like from my memory, like if it is cool, if it was cool, like I don't doubt that he's wrong, but like I don't see why.
I just looked up.
Oh, and also Slow Jams isn't even Kanye's song, is it?
It's Twisted song.
Was it on the album?
It's not a song, but it was.
Yeah, well, it
was on the album, but it's not his song.
It's not his song.
It's just not his song.
All right, so I looked up on Hot New Hip Hop.
Just like no, but just like if we want to bring it to this day, Best Part by Daniel Caesar featuring her is on both albums, but it's not her song. It's Daniel Caesar's song. It's Daniel Caesar's song.
Just like it was, just like on both.
Just like it's on both albums.
Okay,
I was wondering why it popped up again on my thing. I was like, I know I didn't.
Who produced it?
It's on both people's songs.
Who produced it?
Yeah, but that's a different category.
If you produce and write on the song, you can't stake claim to the song.
We don't know that he wrote
what part of the game is that?
We don't know he wrote on the song.
Her probably played the guitar on Best Part,
you
and
think
it's
he
not
got somebody
right.
Had a dark skinned chick look like Michael Jackson. Y'all niggas is bugging. You need to stop.
Yes,
you need to stop.
Bro. Once
Fab wrote Freddy Krueger with the glove, Michael Jackson with the glove. Like it's not really that. He's not that deep.
I'm just saying.
I looked up on Hot New Hip Hop. And they did like Kanye West like top 50 songs.
Damn.
And in the top 10 is Jesus Walks. So
exactly because it's not.
I didn't say it wasn't one of his best songs. You said biggest. It's not the same.
My nigga, I just said
what?
Top 5 biggest songs. I mean, this is
top 50. You mean?
Top
so like, best. Stop changing the argument.
Whatever.
All right.
Regardless, he has his view as a stan, and we have our views as.
I'm not a stan. I don't fuck with that nigga, but y'all not about to
you
say
were
that.
literally a stan 6 months ago, but it's fine.
A year ago.
It's fine. Okay. Anyway, so what was the next thing that we were gonna do? We were gonna
go ahead and combine like the regions, like one
from each region.
One person from each region that contributes to this.
Okay.
This overarching image.
I think for as far as the East Coast, we already know. I think Jay-Z should be on the list for sure, just off of the fact that.
Just to play devil's advocate, I agree with you. I agree we should put Jay-Z, but I was gonna say I feel like nobody here has given Nas his credit. I feel like. Did you put Nas on your list, Jim?
No.
You didn't? No. So nobody put Nas like. Am I the only person that puts Nas in such a high regard?
Nas is arguably my favorite. Not arguably, Nas is my favorite rapper.
I think it's because of like Nas's career wise, he never really got the recognition that we know that he should have gotten.
Yeah.
As far as like accolades goes, and even as far as like numbers goes, after like Stillmatic, his albums didn't do that well to where we can say, yo, Nas did this in a week, or Nas got a Grammy off of that song. You understand? Where as far as Jay-Z, Jay-Z literally had a deal with Reebok and was selling the sneakers. He had niggas wearing the jerseys halfway on their bodies, and then told us take off the jerseys and wear button-ups, and niggas wore button-ups. So it's like
Yeah.
I love how you put that story together.
Yeah, so it's like I gotta put, and it's no slight to Nas.
It's a valid argument. I agree that Jay-Z should be the one out of the two of them, but
Nas could be there.
No, if it's a New York, if it's a New York Mount Rushmore, I would put it would be Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, and then for me the last one would be Jadakiss. But
Jada, okay.
Yeah, but that's
I would throw Pun up there because
Rakim shit.
Oh,
Rakim.
Oh no, definitely. Sorry, Jada.
I'm just gonna be extra Boricua and just keep pushing for Big Pun. Punisher.
Pun is crazy.
Pun is great.
Pun is big Punisher. I'm packing the bag in the bag.
Pun is
Packing the bag in the bag. Packing the bag in the bag. Packing the bag in the bag.
So from the West Coast, I guess we're also.
Pac?
Yeah, I guess it's Pac. 100%. Just off the fact of his influence, he's been dead for
22 years.
22 years, and he still has a big influence in the game. So rappers like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and so on and so forth. Okay. So I guess, Pac. So then, are we going to do the Midwest? Are we going to count the Midwest as a region?
Oh, who do you guys consider to be Midwest? I consider Eminem to be Midwest.
To be honest, yeah. I'm not going to lie. You could put M in the joint over Ye. Like that.
I would personally
because it's I
would put Eminem up there.
He wasn't by any stretch the first white rapper, but
Eminem did something abnormal to hip hop. Hip hop would not be what it was if Eminem never really
No, hip hop would be what it was.
It would look and sound a lot different. Like we wouldn't have a lot of artists that were inspired by Eminem.
White rappers definitely would not get as much respect.
It's interesting that black people fucked with him. What? I said it's interesting that black people fucked with him to the amount that they did. Only because I understand the people who brought him out. I understand that. But let's say that Eminem
people respect Dre.
Right. But let's say Eminem was just an artist and he just came out from just a record company.
Out of nowhere.
Do you think that he would have as profound of an impact and as popular of a career if he wasn't with them?
Even just to flip it on his head, if he was black, he wouldn't be regarded.
That's what I'm
mean. If he was black, he wouldn't be regarded as, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, because I feel firstly, the content of which he rapped about, especially earlier in his career, I wasn't really fucking with it because it was very dark and very sadistic. But I love Stan. I really do.
Do you like violence?
Yeah, that was.
See me stick 9-inch nails through each one of my.
But
eyelids?
I'm if he looked a little black.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. No, I don't.
So
Eminem was definitely one of those kids that flipped his eyelids in class. Fucking weirdo, man.
He probably ate his own shit too.
Yeah, a fucking weirdo.
One of those ones that ran with his arms behind his back to get
on
the bus.
Man, that nigga was ahead of the curve.
He was getting beat up in the trailer parks. All
right. So
but he might be the one.
I guess we gotta put Eminem.
So we're saying J, Pac, M, and now we gotta pick somebody from the South. Who's the most influential person from the South?
Wayne.
Are we gonna say Lil Wayne?
Yeah, probably Wayne.
Of all time?
Wayne.
We're gonna give it to Wayne?
I said Scarface, but it's
New Orleans boy.
I can't. The only person I would say besides Wayne is maybe T.I.
T.I.? Yeah, I like that.
Or Gucci.
I do believe Wayne belongs there more than Gucci or T.I. But I do like
Gucci's a good shout though.
Yeah, I would give Gucci just
I'm
because
the only
of
person that doesn't mess with Gucci.
I'm not talking about music wise though. I'm talking about influence. A lot of the kids that we listen to nowadays.
Yeah, they were influenced by.
Yeah, they're idolized by that nigga. So it's you gotta give it to him off the strength. And plus, Lemonade was a hard beat.
I guess.
Yeah, it was great. But I feel I feel it's two different lanes almost. I feel the Wayne lane, and the Gucci lane were two different things.
Son of a bitch.
What? I feel they were just two different lanes. They don't sound.
That was a good one though.
Thank you. And
so can we agree that it's J, Pac, M, and Wayne? Is that what we're saying?
In my soul of souls, I don't like that we have Eminem on this list, but I mean,
it's just a general. It's a general.
You gotta
perspective.
Put it. You gotta put it.
And it's unbiased. This is just what it is.
I'm happy at least one of my picks made it onto this list.
That's right.
I knew it was never going to be Joe Budden, Maggie.
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't have to.
No, Joe Budden was never making the list. Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah, man. Love those guys.
Let's relax.
You don't listen to it?
I definitely do listen to it, but they don't shout us out, so why should we?
We're not evil. What the hell?
We haven't gotten the chance to, you know,
to
like network and be like, yo,
link up. No,
here's come on.
If
man.
ever there's a chance that we don't get anything to happen, it's
doubtless
literally
is.
because of this nigga. like we're the welcoming ones. He's like, nah, fuck that.
So what else? I mean, I guess that's the end of
the rap Mount Rushmore.
You guys just want to talk about shit that
was
just happened recently, like, you know, Cardi B and Offset?
Hell no.
No,
Fuck
not
that
really.
Shit. I don't care about that. Let me tell y'all niggas about some shit that happened to me at work the other day, right?
Go for it.
So, alright, so boom. I work at a hospital, right? You feel me? No bad bitches.
Saving lives.
Anyway.
Not really.
That's a lie.
I'm lying?
No.
There's no bad bitches there?
Yeah, I'm lying.
Oh, wow. Fucking lying.
So you was in the hospital, you was saving somebody's life.
Yeah, I had to do the
Not
chest
really.
compressions, you feel me?
You was performing the CPR.
That was not me.
No, okay.
I definitely sent a prayer of 3 to the, you know what I'm saying, to the family, to the Almighty. But
okay.
One of my coworkers, she's a nurse, so she's talking about like her ex-boyfriend that she was dealing with and all of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is she's a black lady. She's like light skinned or whatever.
Okay.
And she was just like, "Oh, my ex-boyfriend, we broke up." Da 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 da. You know how girls be just.
She's venting. She's venting to you.
Not to
you
me.
About...
I'm eavesdropping.
Oh, you're eavesdropping on this
accident,
conversation.
on purpose. You feel me?
Oh, this is terrible. It already sounds like it's gonna be a bad story.
I'm a dirty dog. But yeah, so she's talking to like one of her.
So your single woman senses were tingling, and you instantly eavesdropped on this conversation.
You understand what is happening
right
now.
I get it. Continue.
So we're just chopping it. Like they're just chopping it up, talking about, oh, my ex-boyfriend did this, that, and the third. I'm like, yeah, all right, this girl's like, she bullshit. This bitch lying. Oh, fuck out of here. He ain't that bad. Like, what do you do? Come to find out, she telling me that they had an argument at his house, and because she bought him a car, right? Now, normally when people buy people things, it's something like, I buy you lunch. You know what I'm saying? If you want to splurge a little bit, I buy you dinner. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get somebody like a present, I'll give you a watch. This woman bought this man a car. Not just any car.
Know your worth, King. Know your worth.
A motherfucking Mercedes, like E350 Mercedes.
City boys.
Like, I need the manual. I need the manual. No funny shit. I need the manual.
Yo, City boys.
So like she showed me like a picture. Like she was like, no, my other coworker showed me a picture of the car. Nice white Mercedes, 2017 type shit. E350. Some beautiful shit.
He's whipping that.
She's like, oh, this nigga not gonna be driving around the city with fucking all these bitches in my car that I bought, da 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 da.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, indeed, as he should.
As he fucking should.
So like, she goes to just go get it back. She don't want to be with him no more. She don't want nothing from him. She just wants the car back. Gotcha. Tell me why this guy goes into the crib, pulls out the strap, and starts bucking.
He's the shooter?
This nigga is the shooter, bro. He pulls out the strap and starts bucking at her, like shooting. And then she had to like get low. Like she got little. She's a big lady, but she got little. You know what I'm saying? So like, she's ducking and dodging. The bullets is flying. She got out of there, and then she escaped alive. She got like kids that are like younger than we are. Yeah, no, thank you for praise up. But like, she got kids that are younger than like we are and shit, like in high school and like younger than that and shit like that. So right now she like staying with like a friend of hers. Like she can't stay at her crib because it's like you never know this motherfucker show up,
pull up, and
try to really finish
let them off again. You know
what I'm saying? Like. Yeah, and I'm just like, sis.
Time out. First question. Who's paying for the car?
She.
My nigga.
City Boys ENT.
Please. That nigga has to be the founder.
Now he's not only a client. The player president. But now no bullshit. I'm like, son.
Biggie song.
What? Like, why can't I, like, how do I get on the list? Like, what can I get you feel me? Buy me some shit. Pay for my rent. Dude, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
facts.
Fuck, if all I gotta do is lay some pipe
and not get
hold you a little bit, shit.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm telling you, man.
Look, this is my advice to you, mama. Before Auntie Briss comes with her advice. This is my advice to you. Look, just forget about that guy. You're not getting that guy back. Yeah, it's over.
It's quiet.
Okay, please just move on and find a new man to buy your car, please. And if you need a new man, I'm here. You can just email me.
That is a dub. That shit, I was like, bro.
Nigerian email scam?
Just email me.
419.
I was like, son, is this really love? Like, is this what motherfuckers is this love? Like, niggas is doing this love thing for real. Like,
they have a
love is strong out here in these streets.
That's crazy.
Love is strong in these streets.
They have like a name or like a phrase for that.
Dummy?
Dickmatized.
Stupid.
In
Stupid.
Nigeria. And I mean, Chris just said it, but I want to make sure the viewers heard it.
Which one?
Feel me? It's called 419. You feel me?
Oh, that's a scam.
It's a scam. So shout out to my city boys out there. You feel me?
Damn.
Do your damn thing.
Don't do that, because if she like actually gets killed off of that shit.
Oh,
yeah,
I am not condoning violence. No way.
You did.
No, I didn't.
100%.
So is that
Wait,
like
so he started shooting at her just because she asked for the car back?
Yeah, I
Because
guess
she
it was
wouldn't
arguing.
leave.
They were like arguing and shit, and like I guess she wouldn't leave, and then he was like, "Oh, wow."
He went to the back and got the toolie kink.
Started wailing
And said, please escort yourself outside my house.
Nah, that nigga was tweaking. That shit,
bow bow
that shit is terrible.
Waka Flocka style? Bow bow.
So, like, you're not getting the car back, sis, but like, but also, I think this is just a testament to show that like some niggas are really crazy. Like,
Some.
I mean, if you want me to say all, like, I will.
A lot of guys are
say
crazy.
all.
Most of us are crazy.
But like, I feel like there's very little that would prompt me or the rational person to use a shotgun to fucking shoot at somebody because of an argument. Like, how
shotgun? It was a
how
shotgun?
deep?
I don't know. Chris might have been there. I ain't heard nothing about no fucking shotgun.
How deep? I mean, regardless, whether it was a little pistol or whatever the
it's
fuck
wild.
it was, like, shooting somebody is wild. Like, and also,
Or at least
did she
threatening to
not?
shoot them.
I'm assuming she didn't say anything to any sort of authorities or nothing like that for literally attempting to shoot somebody. Like, if you haven't, please do that, because I mean, you are a little bit safer with him in jail. But like, I don't know. I think that's scary, especially like for a woman. Like, I understand that like shit happens. Like, you get in an argument with somebody, whatever. But like, for it to resort to violence, like, that shit is really scary. Like, for you to not be able to rationalize something, regardless of how big or small it is, for it to resort to being shot at is
He's not
wild.
thinking that deep. He's just,
But that's crazy to
gangster,
think
this
of,
is my
though.
car. You're like, what you
That's
thought?
crazy to think of, though. Like, for me to go into a situation and try to get a car back from somebody that I'm paying for, because that is now my property, like, I'm paying for the shit, so whatever. Unless his name was on the title, then whatever. But I'm paying for it. And for me to come out of said argument being shot at, that's wild. Like, that's not rational at all.
She was better off calling the repos. No funny shit. I wouldn't even try to go.
That was going to be my next
she's
argument.
Monthlies on this car? She's paying monthlies?
She has to be, bro. It's a
a Benz.
Yeah, all she got to do is stop paying.
And she work at Trinitas? She's not getting that.
All she got to do is stop.
Don't do that.
Don't play the sad.
Somebody knowing could be listening, and you know, I don't know.
I'm rooting for him. I'm on your side, guy.
That's City Boys.
You are now implicated in the crime, my nigga. Like,
anyway.
Regardless.
So was that like
Taking shit to the left.
was that like the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at work? Has like, because this didn't happen to you, and this wasn't at work. Has there been anything else like super crazy that's happened to you at work?
Couple weeks before that, same job, hospital shit. You feel me? We going in, we get this morbidly obese patient, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, she's big. Like, you know, no other way to put it. She's like 5'9" and like 560 pounds or some shit like that.
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean,
My God.
You.
But yeah, nah, so like we are going to like reposition her and shit, and like her Foley comes out and like it like flies and like pee comes out of it. And it hit me.
Oh my God.
Luckily,
you were already unconscious before.
I was wearing, funny shit, because she's not a contact patient. So it's like when you don't have a contact patient, you can go in there basically like in your scrubs and like do and then be out. But my number 6 kicked in. My number 6 kicked in, and I was just like, son, let me put the mask on, because it hit like, and then you know what I'm saying. And I was just like, bruh. I would have fucked somebody up if that shit happened to me, bro. Like, I would have fucked somebody up.
That's crazy.
That's
not even the worst shit. That's not even the wildest shit that happened to me. Like,
I've had some like eerie things happen to me at work, but nothing as crazy as getting like big woman pissed on.
Oh my God.
That is insane.
That's
I had a situation where when I was still working at Finish Line years ago, I had this dude come in and he was trying on a really cheap ass pair of running shoes. He's like, I really like these shoes. You have them in such and such size. I spent time looking for them. We didn't have it. I was like, bro, I could try to order the shoes for you, or you could take this one. This is all I have. So I go ahead and I try to order this guy the shoe. We can't order it because there's none of these shoes are available left. This is a really old. It's on sale. The shoe's probably like $20 at this point. I go out of my way. I say, you know what? I really want to help this guy because, you know, he was a cool customer. I really want to help this guy. I looked at this huge list of all the stores in the country that had this shoe. I found a store. I called them and said, hey, do you have the shoe in this size? They said, yes, we do. Can you send it to my store? I have a customer that wants it. Absolutely. We get the shoe. I have the guy's phone number. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me call my customer. Say, hey, bro, your shoe's here. You know, you can come pay. You can come pick it up because he had already paid for it. All right, cool. I pick up the phone. I call him. Ring, ring, ring. Nobody answers. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna wait. I call back again, like a few hours later. A girl picks up the phone, and she's like, who's this? You know, I tell her, oh, you know, my name is John. Blah blah blah. Work at Finish Line. I'm looking for.
You told her your real name. First mistake.
No. Listen. I'm at work, all right? Like, you know my first name. You don't know anything else about me.
That's the first mistake.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many Jonathans there are in the world?
Word.
Anyway, so, you know, I tell her, you know, I'm calling from Finish Line. I'm looking for John Doe, right? Because I don't remember the guy's name, but even if I did, I'm not going to say it. I'm looking for John Doe. She goes, are you joking right now? Ooh. I was like, I'm sorry. She was like, are you being for real? Or, like, are you joking? Do you think this is funny? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I work at Finish Line. So and so left me this phone number.
This is my job.
He paid for a pair of shoes, and I'm calling this phone number so that he can come and get them. And she was like, well, that's my brother. I was like, okay, is there any way that you can tell him his shoes are here?
Like what?
Yeah, but she was really angry at me. And then you know, she calms down and she's like, oh, I thought you were joking. My brother died.
I knew it.
Oh, I thought he was in jail.
No. So she ended up telling me the story. And she was like, yeah, I think it was the night of or the night after. I can't remember because this was years ago. Jesus. He was crossing the street to go to the store. And an off-duty police officer was driving his personal vehicle and hit him.
Jesus.
And killed him on impact.
Fuck.
So she told me the story. Yeah, I had the same face, Briss. So she told me the story.
They can't see your face, but she has her hands over her mouth.
I was like, that's really crazy. That's really crazy.
In the gasp.
So
that's really crazy.
In mid gasp. And so she told me the story, and I obviously felt like shit. You know, so I told her, I was like, hey, look, you know, I'm sorry to bother you during this time period. Just, you know, I told him I would call him when his shoes came in, and this is literally the first time I have attempted to reach out to him. Damn. And, you know, so she was like, do I have to pay for them? Like, do I have to come to the store and pay for them? Like, I'll pay for them. It's not a big deal. And I was like, no. He already bought them. They're literally just here. He can come and get them. So
he can't.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. I didn't mean to say it like that. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Imagine if I really said that. I didn't say it like that day.
They're already paid for.
They're already
Your brother
paid
can
for.
still come and get them.
He can still come and get them if he's feeling okay.
I would have rolled up to the store.
Oh my god.
That's not how I literally said it.
I hope not, nigga.
That's not how I said it.
Motherfucker was like,
Thank you.
Between you and me, I don't even think this shit is hot. He could just come down and get them, and then
you know what I'm saying? Like they're ugly. You know, you can take them. But I told her they were paid for it. That, you know, if she wants them, she can get them. If not, I was gonna put them back on the shelf and double sell them. We used to do that too. And so she actually came to pick him up. She was like, "No, I figured I'd put it with all his belongings anyway." And I think their brother or her husband or something like that, some other guy in the family was like, "Oh, do you still sell these sneakers?" And I was like, no, it was actually really hard for me to get this one for him. He goes, oh, well, could you do the same thing for me? I want to wear the sneakers that he wanted to have. Like I think it was his brother. Like they had another sibling. It was either his brother or his sister's husband or something. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was his brother. And he was like, I want to have the sneakers that he wanted to have, and I want to wear them for him. You know, like it was just like it's like a memorial type of thing. Like he wanted to do it to fulfill. So I had to go on this mission to find this guy his size, which was even harder to freaking find. And that whole experience was just, it was awkward, but it was weird. I kind of felt fulfilled for helping the family when I was done because I managed to get him what he wanted. I got him his size. They took both sneakers. You know, they were kind of happy that I had the patience to even deal with that whole situation. Yeah. But it put a lot into perspective to me. I think that was the first time I ever like thought about how you could really be here one day and gone the very next day. That is fucking nuts. Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say that when the
brother
died.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Yes, man, y'all gotta stop wearing them sneakers.
I would have left the job. I would have. Oh no.
Leave them sneakers alone.
Yeah,
right. And you said they weren't even that fly. Like that should have been something to tell you.
He just wanted a nice, comfortable pair of running sneakers. But you know, his brother wanted to wear the same shoes that he wanted to have because he felt like I'll wear them for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll experience what you wanted to experience and stuff, which I felt was honorable.
Yeah,
but it was creepy, man. I had gone through a lot working at Finish Line, but that story definitely stood the test of time.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, my former job, too many things happen. Like if it's not one thing, it's the next. If it's not that thing, it's no. I don't. I never worked at Hooters. I will never work at Hooters. Anyway, but it was okay. So I did work at a restaurant for like 4 years.
She did work at a restaurant. You see this nigga?
It wasn't
did they sell wings at this?
They definitely did sell wings.
Okay. I only went to Hooters once in my life, actually.
Niggas be lying.
And this was like this summer. I've only been once in my life. I'm dead ass.
Back up on the mic.
Yeah, like you're getting a little comfortable. So anyway, like the restaurant that I worked at, like although it was in a nice town, it attracted not so nice people. But then again, the nice people were the people
on a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. So the people that were nice, you wouldn't expect them to be sometimes. So it was a Sunday. It was like about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm there doing my job, whatever. I see a nice ass car roll into the parking lot. Mind you, like,
it's my coworker's boyfriend.
This is. It was nice. It was definitely nice. It was definitely nicer than a Benz.
But he's got the piece on him before he goes in the restaurant.
Could you imagine? There's been a couple guns coming to that restaurant actually, which is not okay. But
niggas.
So he comes out of the car with like 4 or 5 women dressed like they are going to a club or coming from a club.
Well, what time of day was this?
This was at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So
they was coming from the club.
So I'm thinking on a Sunday. So I'm like,
day party, man.
Okay.
Niggas coming from brunch.
So right, Chelsea boots and everything. So like they walked in, whatever. They got a table. The booth was about enough to fit maybe like 6 people, I would say, and there were about 6 people that were there. This one guy with all of these women, and they were like linked up together. So it wasn't like just
they were walking
individual
in one
entities.
Horizontal line.
Don't like, tell me R. Kelly came.
They were just linked. So whatever, they sit down, ordering their food, all this kind of stuff, and it was like, we end up finding out later that it was a pimp and like 5 of his hoes or whatever, right?
Oh man!
So we're like,
team.
Okay, whatever. Exactly. So
it must have been a good week.
Work best.
He brought all 6 of them to the restaurant.
So they're all getting food, whatever, having a nice time. I'm walking the way that it was set up. If they were sitting towards the front of the restaurant, obviously the kitchen's in the back. So in order for me to go from the kitchen back to the front, I have to walk past that table. So I'm walking from the kitchen past that table to go to the front to greet more people. And suddenly I only see the guy with 4 of the girls. I'm like, okay, maybe one of them went to the bathroom, left, whatever the case may be.
No.
I walk back maybe like 15 seconds later, the girl reappears Mind you, where she was sitting was in the inside of the booth, which meant that all the other two had to have gotten up to let her out. So 15 seconds later, she reappears.
Interesting.
I'm like, okay.
Was she bruised?
No, she wasn't bruised.
She was letting the top off the Maybach.
That's absolutely what she was doing. Because when I walked back again, I saw it happening, like right in the booth. Like, mind you, there's a family with like 2 small kids. Yes.
Pimpin' is pimpin'.
There were 2 families with like small kids sitting like right next to this table. She's just topping them off, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, this is not the first time that I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen at least like 4 or 5 times since I've worked there.
You work in a hotel erotica? What the fuck?
What restaurant is this? So I could never eat there?
I'll tell you off the mic, but it's a very popular restaurant.
Okay. You definitely recommend that restaurant to me like a couple weeks ago. Yes.
So,
really? Interesting.
So, whatever, that's one thing. Another thing was... This was maybe like my 2nd, 3rd year of working there. And there was this lady who always used to come in and she would be super, super, super drunk. But there's a rule where if you see that a customer is drunk, you can deny them service. Whatever. Okay. So she was there. She got like a glass of wine. She's being belligerent, drunk, whatever the case may be. The bartender denies service. Fine. So she leaves, and all of a sudden we see like 5-10 minutes later, we see like 4 or 5 cops zoom into the parking lot. Mind you, this lady left already. We're like, what the fuck is happening? So they come into the restaurant. They're like, oh, where's the bartender? Blah, blah, blah. Talking to the bartender. Apparently, this lady was so drunk that she drove the opposite way on Route 22.
Oh my God.
Driving. Almost hit somebody, swerving, all this kind of stuff. And if you know how Route 22 is set up, like there's little places where there's a whole lot of trees and like little side streets where the cops be camped out, especially like late at night. They're just camped out there with their lights off, everything.
Especially on the Springfield side.
Right. So she's driving east on the westbound side. Mind you, it's late enough to where like, you know, you could quote unquote smooth. Yeah, like you could be real smooth with it, but it was enough where people were still on the road. And everything.
Wait, so it had to be at least around like 11 o'clock.
It was maybe like 9-10 o'clock.
That 22 is busy.
No.
It's to the point where it's smooth enough to where if you want to go from like 1 to like the next door over and you want to shoot real quick, sure, but like driving home, like no, you're not gonna get there.
Your exit's on the other side, man.
Right? And then the the freaking cop was parked right across the street, so he saw all this shit happening. Called all of his boys, all this kind of, because obviously she was stopped, she got arrested, all this kind of shit, and that happened maybe like twice or so. Like it's my job. It has a lot of stuff that has to do with the customers, but I feel like the craziest stuff probably happened with the employees.
Interesting.
Yeah, like people, fucking managers who are dating other coworkers, but like all this kind of... It's a lot.
Internal drama.
It's a lot.
Drama.
It's a lot. There was a shootout at my job before I worked there, but...
Interesting. I'm so curious to know what restaurant this is.
You'll know.
I'll know sooner.
Mm-hmm.
So the craziest thing that has ever happened at my job, I had a patient threaten me with her husband's gang.
That's fine.
Was it a reputable gang, or was it like the James Street hooligans? Like,
I mean, it had to be a reputable gang. She couldn't just say, because so basically, she came in. She had an appointment. She was late. We said, you can't see the doctor because you're late. Unfortunately, we have to reschedule you. She wasn't having that shit. She started getting belligerent, cursing me out, all this other shit. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry, we just can't see you today. She's like, well, fuck you too, nigga. All right, man, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. On my husband's set, I'm gonna fuck you up. I said, whoa. Mind you, this woman didn't even have a thumb, so I don't know what she was fucking up. But that's not even the funniest part. The funniest part is that she came in about 3 months later, talking about, can I talk to the doctor? wasn't you the same female that just told me fuck me? No, please. There's the door before I call the police on you. My old job, because I used to work in Newark on Chancellor Avenue. Yeah, it was really, really dangerous. I don't have too many like funny stories. I have like sad stories where I'm at work and I just hear gunshots ringing and niggas like dying. R.I.P. to all the people that died when I was there.
Damn.
It was like,
that many?
It was like 3, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Some really sad stuff.
That's
yeah.
That's Brick City.
Yeah. Like it was really bad. So I don't. As far that's like the funniest. And I got the cops called on me once because we said a patient couldn't see the doctor, and he sat there calling
and the patient
cops.
called the cops. This young man says I can't see my physician today.
Yeah, my nigga, the cops came. That nigga was nowhere to be found. Cops was like, yo, if he comes again, just let us know.
Yeah, sure, of course, I'll let you.
Like my nigga,
I care that much.
Like, I got your card.
Can I have your cell phone number, officer?
But as far as funny shit, I don't. Nah. Nothing really funny.
Nothing.
Oh, actually, no, I lied. Actually, so there are obviously it's Newark, so there are gonna be a lot of fiends around.
Yeah.
So it was a pain management center, and obviously pain management means we give out oxycodone, Percocets, Endosets, shit like that.
Stuff that people like to
to
pop on a regular.
Exactly. So some dude came in. He's like, yo man, can I get some oxy, some Roxys? You feel me? I said, excuse me, sir. What's your name? My name Mike Lowry. I said, no, you didn't.
Said my name Mike Lowry.
My name Mike Lowry. I said, nigga, you give up bad boys? No, man, my name Mike Lowry.
That might be his name though.
It was definitely not his name. Because you would not say it like Martin Lawrence. If it was your name.
Like that.
My name
No
Mike
funny
Lowry.
shit. A lot of the funniest like work stories I've noted, like that of just talking to people, they happen in like medical field, like in the hospital or like in the doctor's office and shit like that. Cause like people be wild. Like
it's customer service, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's all types
when you're dealing with customers,
and
when you're dealing with people just be just off the rip funny and just be doing the dumbest things and thinking they can get away with the dumbest things.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
One of the funny shit that happened to me at the hospital before we wrap it up. One of like the patient's family members said that I look like Omar Epps. The family got discharged. Next week, another lady told me that I look like Omar Epps. I'm like,
I get more of a Don Cheadle vibe.
Don Cheadle.
That's interesting.
But
that's not
very interesting.
She's like, you know who you look like?
Omar.
You know, yeah, you know, a black woman become. Come here, boy. What's your name? Cheadle. You know who you look like? Omar. You know who Omar Epps is in Too Deep. I was just like, lady.
In Too Deep, Omar Epps.
And then they
reference.
consult their family.
Yeah,
Don't you look like Omar Epps?
And I was just like, all right, man, look at it.
Maybach.
That's nuts.
That's too funny, man.
Yeah, we like over time, so I guess
that about wraps it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been real. Do we have any announcements or anything that we're doing that we want the people to know about before we cut it off? As far as like certain accomplishments that we have or we set, because I mean, soon it's gonna be 2019.
You're a liar. I don't believe you.
This year took like 5.
John is definitely the nigga that thinks the earth is flat. But
yikes.
I mean, I have definitive proof. You will fall off the edge and you will die.
Shut up.
You will die if you fall off the edge.
All right, Lupe.
Yeah, this nigga Kyrie. But yeah, does anybody have anything that they're working on that they want people to know, or do they want or do they cut hair and they want people to come to their barber shop?
How specific.
Things like that.
Listen, man,
or,
the same thing I tell you.
Do people want people to give advice, or do people make beats, or just certain shit that people do here on this podcast? Wow. Outside of this podcast.
You sound upset.
Since nobody wants to know, I'm gonna go real quick.
I'm trying to plug y'all.
I'm gonna go pause. I'm gonna go real quick. Still doing my 40 beats before I go out. So be on the lookout for that because it's not coming out. It's for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna, keep plugging away at these plugins.
Keep all the hits to yourself.
I mean, hopefully they hits.
Keep them all to yourself. That's selfish.
Yeah, but I think I got 10 right now. So
nice.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
That's beautiful. I don't have anything to plug for myself, but I have to plug the song that's going to be at the end of this episode. This is...
Yeah. No, it's not. I don't believe you.
You don't have to. So, anyway.
Yes, I do the editing.
But anyway, so, if you don't know, now you know. So this is a song called Japanese by ChimaTv. Chima is actually one of my best friend's little brothers. Shout out to you, Faith. And yeah, the song is dope. I think he's only like 18 or 19 years old.
Is he that young?
Yeah, like 18 or 19.
I listened to that project. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, he's like 18 or 19.
And the song is dope.
Yeah, the song is dope.
The song is very dope.
Japanese was the one.
Yeah, it was the one.
So keep on at it. We're definitely gonna use your song at the end of this episode for all of our listeners to jam out to. So please, once you hear it, stream it, follow him. His Instagram is ChimaTv, ChimaTv. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Do Not Disturb.
Whoa, we haven't. John didn't get to plug.
Oh, did you want to plug?
Damn,
I mean, I feel like it's already understood. Like, go to the barbershop.
Yeah, but nobody knows what the barbershop is.
We know it's in Jersey City, my nigga.
It's bad places. Jersey City big, low key.
Jersey City is very big.
Like, plug your barbershop.
It's cool. It's cool, Briss. Thank you. Yeah, no, you know, the regular schmegula, I tell everybody, if you haven't made your appointment, you're slacking.
Yo, he talking that big talk.
Bro, we're getting really close to Christmas time, New Year's time. If you haven't made an appointment, you're slacking.
Yeah, you need to get your Christmas cards.
You're really slacking. You drop in, get a cut, feel amazing.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. Am I adding kaboom?
Kaboom.
Please don't.
Kaboom emoji, maybe. I could probably do that.
Please
but yeah, man. Yeah, so, Davis Barbershop, 2160 Kennedy Boulevard, Jersey City, New Jersey. Holla at me.
Holla at him.
You got anything to say?
Banana_the God.
You got anything to say, Matt?
Just watch out for the mixtape next year. That's basically it. We making moves. We doing some big things. Wildo and Mo show is coming back soon. We working on episodes. And
I missed that show.
With that,
that's it.
That's the episode of Do Not Disturb, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and we're out.
Peace.
Sheesh.
Why these niggas hating on me? I got a key to the streets. Fuck a little bitch right on her knees. She gon' get up and run to the sheets. I met the plug, he Japanese. On the feature, I'm charging a fee. Get to work, you ain't talking to me. Cause you done up, I run up, I put you to sleep. Why these niggas hating on me? I got a key to the streets. Fuck a little bitch right on her knees. She gon' get up and run to the sheets. I met the plug, he Japanese. On the feature, I'm charging a fee. Get to work, you ain't talking to me. Cause you done up, I run up, I put you to sleep. Yeah. Long line homicide when I get home. Wanna count on you, but you been gone. 19, but I want me a red bone. Taking that money coming out from the kill zone. That money don't got no ringtone. I'ma call that bitch, give me headphones. Can't give her back cause there's no money back zone. Who's that number that's calling my iPhone? Money calling, I'ma answer that. Ducking work like a running back. Go on with me, and he got the gag. Get you knick-knack in a paddywhack. Don't play around, you gotta live with that. My mama name, I'ma get it tat. Nigga hunting down, think we got a rat. They gon' put his ass in the body bag. Don't run, don't slip. Packing that work, I'ma copy a zip. They go them niggas that's talking this shit. Then we gon' run up and catch me a lick, bitch. I'm taking you shit. Remember them days when we didn't have shit? I'm watching niggas that you hang around with. Shoot my shot, but I can never miss, bitch. That money gon' call, gon' speed down. Hit it 973, gotta be wild. I'ma get the money, I'ma walk me a few miles. Wrap it up, I don't want me a new child. Eating whole cheek, got me a few pounds. Fuck a bitch, I'ma last me a few rounds. Only making money, I don't need me a new sound. I ain't never had shit, never care, you. Why these niggas hating on me? I got a key to the streets. Fuck a little bitch right on her knees. She gon' get up and run to the sheets. I met the plug, he Japanese. On the feature, I'm charging a fee. Get to work, you ain't talking to me. Cause you done up, I run up, I put you to sleep. Why these niggas hating on me? I got a key to the streets. Fuck a little bitch right on her knees. She gon' get up and run to the sheets. I met the plug, he Japanese. On the feature, I'm charging a fee. Get to work, you ain't talking to me. Cause you done up, I run up, I put you to sleep. Yeah. I can show you all the world if you say my name. Treat you better than before, cause this ain't a game. Apologize a couple times, what left is to say. Wake up to another text just to make it dead. Got me calling your phone, everybody go talk, they can leave me alone. I'ma stay in my zone, that money be coming, I'm loving your tone. I'm a new Al Capone, I'ma say it again, better know that I'm grown. Niggas talking, I'm blown, but the money gon' fit, you can pick up the phone. Put you on my Christmas list, everybody gon' know who the shooter is. Don't play, I'ma shoot to fix. Red bone, bad bitch, you can get the dick. Linebacking right through the blitz, I'm getting that money, no counterfeit. On the phone for a little bit, headstrong, team strongest, nasty bitch. I'ma play with the pussy like Rico, and we fucking wherever that we go. It's a game, I ain't using no cheat codes. Taking the, I ain't talking to Tebow. With the plug on, I speak Japanese dude. JC Penney, she sound like a cheap hoe. Ain't all black, I ain't talking no emo. Fuck a bitch, make it wifey. Why these niggas hating on me? I got a key to the streets. Fuck a little bitch right on her knees. She gon' get up and run to the sheets. I met the plug, he Japanese. When a feature, I'm charging a fee. Get to work, you ain't talking to me. Cause you done up, I run up, I put you to sleep. Why these niggas hating on me? I can show you all the world if you say my name. Treat you better than before, cause this ain't a game. Apologize a couple times, what left is to say. Wake up to another text just to make it dead.